Hello, everyone. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, Africa. Good evening, the whole wild world. My name is Oluwatoba Akolade, and it's a great pleasure and privilege for me to be doing this with every one of you. Yes, this is the 31st edition of the Entrepreneurs Pump with Akolade Oluwatoba. This is a place where we train entrepreneurs how to become the better versions of themselves, how to make more profits, increase their sales and revenue, and of course, live an impactful, influential, and a life filled of fitness and healthy living. That is what we do at the books, sorry, at the Entrepreneurs Pump with Akolade Oluwatoba. Over the months, we've already gone far in this particular monthly program, and it's almost becoming an household name that has spanned across different countries and continents, as the case may be. And don't forget that we started this amazing monthly program June, January 2022. And here we are today in 2024, still waxing strong. Yes, all glory to God for giving us the tenacity, the strength, and the grace to keep forging ahead. Yes, and to everyone that have been with us right from the inception, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure doing this with you. In the next 30 seconds, we're going to begin straight away. And I'm telling you, please don't go anywhere. See you. Okay. All right, so we begin straight away. Don't forget, this is the Entrepreneur's Pump with Akolade Oluwatoba 31.0. Wow. It has been God that has been with us all the while from the beginning down to this time. It's been God all the way, and we give all glory and honor to the Almighty God for how far He has led us in this journey. All right. So, without wasting much of our time this evening, I would like to go headlong into this, what we have for us this evening. And don't forget, because it is part of our goal that you, as an entrepreneur, you increase your revenues and there is a lot of profit for you to make, we ensure that everything we do is geared towards you making this profit and doing well as an entrepreneur in Nigeria and beyond. I posted something earlier on my WhatsApp status. I said, as an entrepreneur, sometimes you feel like you are the latest millionaire or billionaire in town. And some other times, your cash at hand and cash in bank do not even get up to four figures, five figures, six figures, as the case may be. That is how the journey of entrepreneurship is, right? For those who don't understand the terrain, you may tend to want to feel unmotivated and like, okay, this thing is not going to work. You're not going to put in the energy all the time. But this is me telling you that the life of an entrepreneur is wavy. It is not a smooth path. It is not a smooth journey. It's not a straight line. It's something that is wavy. It's wavy, right? So it's there's always a lot of downturn. Sometimes you enjoy it. Sometimes you get the good side. Sometimes you get the bad side. But what matters is what you are able to make do with the time that this particular thing happened. Okay. So in a situation whereby you pass through any challenge or you face any kind of hiccups or pitfalls in your business as an entrepreneur, what matters is what you're able to bring from it and the kind of person that experience has molded you to be. Okay. It's important that you don't grow out of any kind of issue as an entrepreneur without milking the juice out of it. That is why you're an entrepreneur. Many of the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding that will jump or that will come to you will not come from the books you've read. Some will come, in fact, most will come from the businesses that you do and the kind of challenges you face on a daily basis. Should we talk about a challenge with people management? Should we talk about a challenge with resources? Should we talk about challenge with finances? A lot of challenge here and there. But what makes us an entrepreneur is that resilience spirit that we have to keep forging ahead, come what may. And I believe every one of us, we've got that energy. So if you don't have it as an entrepreneur, you still need to develop your resilient spirit. It is very, very important, right? Against the policies, against the laws, against the regulations, against the forces. You've got to stand your ground that here you are here to make profit, and that profit you shall make while making an impact and becoming influential. Because as an entrepreneur, influence is part of our sales strategy. Yeah, influence, right? Rather than, yeah, it's good to outsource to the guys that are influential, but if your brand is not known, if what you represent is not something that is accepted by by the masses or by your target market, your target customer, your audience, definitely you soon fizzle out of the market, and that is not a good place for any entrepreneur to be in. Okay, so you've got to make good and judicious use of every opportunity you have as an entrepreneur to thrive, right? The forces are already against you, so you've got to make yourself tenacious and strong enough to overcome whatever comes your way. Don't forget, my name is Oluwatoba Akolade, and I will be the one to lecture this evening. So, what do we have this evening that we're doing? All right, Sam, thank you so much, gracefully Folu. Okay, connecting from Atlanta. Thank you so much for joining us. Abdul Wahab, thank you so much for joining us. Please, wherever you're joining us from, kindly just drop your location so we can reach out to you and say hi and welcome you to the program this evening. Yes, this is the Entrepreneur's Pump with Akolade Oluwatoba 31.0. Whoa, 31. That is For 31 whole months, we've been doing this back to back, back to back, back to back. And that's one of the skills, one of the spirits you must build as an entrepreneur. That is consistency, right? It is not in the big things, it is how you're consistent, no matter how small it is. And nothing is even small unless it is compared, right? So if you don't play the game of comparison, there is no way you should be thinking that what you do as a business person is small. All right. So why that is being said, what we have before us this evening that I want us to look at is how to really sell to Nigerians. Now, if you look at the topic that I added, I use the word really, how to really sell to Nigeria, how to really sell to Nigerians, because there is a way to sell to other continents. There is a way to sell to other Africans, but there is a particular way to sell to Nigerians, and that is why, because as a Nigerian, we are different breed. We are so amazing. We are unique in our own ways, right? I know that about Nigerians, and we are not dull, right? We have that vibe, we have that energy. So there is a certain way by which you can sell to Nigerians and you make the most of the money from Nigerians. Your money is in our pocket. My money is in your pocket, right? But it takes someone that understands the psychology behind an average Nigerian to be able to collect money from him or her, right? So if you understand all of those things, you'll be able to, you complain less and you have a lots of results to your credit. Now, because of how big this topic is, because we're talking about the subject of sales in a very wide segment, all right? But this one, since we are specific enough that we are not just selling to the whole world, we are selling to a specific, unique, amazing, awesome breed of Africans, that is Nigerians, all right? This is specific enough. Nonetheless, it is important that we know that there are several areas that we need to check for this to come to be, right? So having said that, I need to let us know in time that this is going to be taking us like 3 months to cover. I mean, 3 particular months. So each month you'll be looking at one area, the following month, and the next month. So we're starting with how to really sell to Nigerians. This, you can consider it as the part 1 of how to really sell to Nigerians. Okay. Now, I believe backstory, as a Nigerian, has it ever occurred to you that, have you sat down to really ask yourself, what were the things that really informed my decision to buy from this particular brand? What were the things that actually convinced me to get to this particular brand and be able to part ways with my hard-earned money? What were those things that I looked at? Was it the packaging? Was it the outlay, the outline? Was it the customer service? Was it the brand itself? Was it the referral? Was it the advert? Was it the marketing strategy? Have you thought about all of these things? Now, if you have really thought about this, then you definitely need to start asking that, oh, if I can actually think to this level to get this particular action to be taken by me, definitely there are many people that are thinking like I do, that are also using this line of thought, this pattern before they can part ways with their money. Knowing this will actually help you to understand the psychology behind human behavior. Mind you, there are some certain traits, there are unique traits that are special and peculiar to all people. However, to the great Nigerians, there is a certain way that we reason. We look at things from a place of detailed and paying attention to detail. We look at it from a place of scam. We look at it from a place of alertness. We look at it from a place of being at alert. We look at it from a place of informed decision. We look at it from a place of past testimonies. We look at it from a place of our own personal preferences as Nigerians. So today I'll be looking at just one angle of this. What can make you qualified? I use the word qualified. What makes someone qualified to sell to Nigerians? What makes you qualified to sell to Nigerians. That's my basis of discussion for this particular evening. Then by the following month, we're doing another section. But by in the space of 3 months, if you follow this video very well, you should be able to know how to really sell to Nigerians. By the way, please, if you are joining us, don't forget you can drop your location so that we can celebrate you and give you a shout out. Thank you so much, Balogun Aziza. Thank you for joining us so that we can give you a shout out and tell welcome you to this live program. And also, it is not good that you are just enjoying this alone. What matters is that you go out there, copy the link, and share with your friends. All right, and share with your friend, share with your family. Another thing you need to do for me that I will appreciate is that in some of my presentation, you can try as much as possible to screenshot, screen grab, screen record, or what have you, and just post on Instagram, share on your stories, on your feeds, and tag me to it. I would love to connect with you on those levels. I would love to connect with you on those levels. So we're looking at what makes someone qualified as an entrepreneur. If the qualities I'm about to mention, you need to check them for you to be sure that, oh, you are really qualified to sell to Nigerians. And when I use the word being qualified, I'm making reference to you being able to tick the right boxes when it comes to positioning to sell to Nigerians. All right. And that is my aim this evening. That is what I want to achieve. I'm not going to take much of your time. Everything is going to be spot on. So the next 30 seconds, we're going to kick off, and this is going to get so interesting. Don't forget, you can invite your friends and let them be here. So tell them that TEPWAK is here again, the 31st edition, and it's going to be phenomenal as always. See you in the next 30 seconds. All right. Okay. Welcome back to the Entrepreneur's Pump with Akolade Oluwatoba 31.0 edition. Yeah. So we're looking at what makes you as an entrepreneur to be qualified to sell to Nigerians. And I already told you what that subject qualified means. Number one is this. Before I do that, how many of you that it has happened to? You sell a product or a service and you go online, you advertise the product. On the flyer, you have all the details necessary. You have the time, you have the price, you have the the features, you have the benefits, you have how to make payment, you have the all information about that particular product or service. On one flyer, everything is there. But you find it so appalling that some people will still go to the comment section to say, how much is it? Where is the event? When is it going to be? At a point, you would want to be like, Esa, can't you read? Everything is all stated there just for you to read. I didn't print flyer or post the flyer for the fun of it. I posted it for you. If it has happened to you before, you can testify to this. Nigerians do this a lot. We do this a lot. We do this a lot. And sometimes it's not like we don't read these things. But for the sake of, oh, let me also drop comments. We tend to actually do this thing. We also want to drop comments We want to be part of those that will drop comments so that the author or the person that makes the post can say that truly this person is also talking in my on my post and all that. It can get so frustrating for someone. Like you have 5 to 10 people asking the same questions. And even if you look at the thread of comments, sometimes a particular person will ask a question that you've initially answered. But because one person failed to read the comment of other people, this person will not be able to pick what you've already answered. And you still tend to repeat yourself over and over and over again. So what am I saying? One of the first thing that qualify you to be someone to sell to Nigerians is patience. Patience. You see, except you want to make urgent 2K, you want to make 1K here, 1K there, and you just want to enjoy the feeling of having your bank credit you all the time for 500 naira, 1000 naira, and the likes. If you are really, really interested about big numbers, you need to be extremely patient when selling to Nigerians. Extremely patient. This is why, if you understand yourself, you understand your temperament, it is best that you hire people that can work in your stead, the people that can actually help you to respond. That is, those that can play the role of the customer um, service agents or what have you. If you cannot maintain the kind of questions that will come at you, it's important that you stay patient. Now, being patient here is not just in the place of sales alone. It comes in the place of knowing when to respond and how to respond and exactly what to respond with. Knowing when to respond, how to respond, and when to respond. Okay, because it has become something that is normal now for someone to just sit behind the laptop at home or behind the mobile device, and what they do is just throw someone online, they drag you here and there, probably because of one thing you said or you did and all that. But if you lack the patience to know when you are to respond, to know how you are going to structure your response, to know exactly what your response should be, you are going to fizzle out. Reason being that everything you do as a seller to Nigerians is a prerequisite to what happens in the future. And the future is just a second away. So people tend to date back to what you've done in the past, how you've handled a particular situation, how you've been able to manage an event, how you've been able to stay sane regardless of what happened in that period before they can relate with you. And the truth is, the people that are doing or that will do big numbers with you, they don't comment on your post. Yeah. The clients or the customers that will do big numbers with you, they don't drop comments on your post at all. Most of them don't. So what they do is they go to the comment section, they look at people's reaction, they look at people's questions, look at how you've calmly explained to them how you were able to undo each and everybody's request, and that informs their decision to deal with you, right? To transact with you. So you need to be very, very careful. Patience is a virtue here. It is highly needed. Sometimes we Nigerians, we are crazy breeds. We are crazy breeds. You have seen a case where someone does not have the money to pay for a particular product, and this person is in the comment section asking all the questions you can imagine in the world, and you are there trying to answer. Mind you, I'm not asking you to be a dummy or to answer every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You need to be able to know. That's why I said patience, to know when to talk, how to talk, and what exactly to say. There are some that don't deserve your response at all. So it's best to don't give some response, and it's best to just answer some people and go your way. And there are some. But in all of these things that you are doing, one thing you need to hold firmly as a value and as a virtue is respect. Some Nigerians will disrespect you. However, ensure that you protect that sanity for people to respect you regardless of what it is. It is important that you know this. Very important. So patience is a very, very big virtue when it comes to selling to Nigerians. That is one. Then number two is playing the long term game. Playing the long term game. Now, if there's one thing that is common to Nigerians, it is, yeah, this is the general stuff where people will have to trust you, they have to like you, they have to know you before they buy from you. But you see, like you, if you don't like you, if you don't know you, it's a problem for us to actually give you our money, right? It's very important that you know this. But Nigerians, they tend to be sure that you've been playing this game for long, that they can trust you enough. They need to be aware that you are liked, they like you, and they know you. And how will this come? This comes from the content you share on a daily basis with them. Okay, so you sharing content of how you've been able to do one or two things, you sharing content of how you and your wife, you went out, you traveled, you did this and that. All of these things they are watching, and that is what is actually making them to do some informed decision with you. Okay, so it's important that you know these things. Very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, so you actually need to So it's very important that you know this about Nigerians. We are really big on the KLT factor, the know, the like, and the trust factor. We are really big on that. So you need to have the long-term game in mind. Now, when I talk about having the long-term game in mind, it does not mean that you probably have to keep doing one thing all over, and since it's not working, you keep doing it. No. Now, there's a case where you are known for a particular thing, right? You are known for a particular thing, and this thing that you are known for is something that you built your brand upon for almost decades, right? Is best. But in a situation whereby you know something is not working, you don't have to, for the sake of long-term game, try to keep doing it, and you keep getting yourself burned. There are some things that when you do and you see that this thing is not making headway, yeah, should you can change strategy, you can change what you do or change how you do them, but it was sometimes be wise enough to know when to close the door, but wise enough to know when exactly it is to close the door. This is wisdom here, right? So we are big on the know, like, and trust thing. We value it so much. We need to know you, we need to like you, and we need to trust you. Now, the third thing I'm going to be sharing, which I'm going to wrapping up with today, I don't want to load you with too much information overload, and that is build your foundation. Build your foundation. Now, to drive this home, I'd like to say this. Do you know that if Cristiano Ronaldo comes on live program today and tells you, hello everyone, I am now selling soap, a soap that can make your skin to glow, to do this and that, and I'm selling one for $1,000. Cristiano Ronaldo, the footballer, is selling soap. Are you aware that in no time these 1,000 pieces is going to sell off, as will be sold out? That is one example. Now, a real life example, you could remember when Elon Musk was selling face cap on Twitter, now X. He was selling face cap. You could see the number of people that were pre-ordering and they were getting their copies. What does it tell you? When Nigerians know that this is something that brings you to the limelight, it's easier to build other things upon it. That is why your foundation must be strong. Your foundation must be very strong, extremely strong, so that in a situation whereby you are able to want to make transition into any other field and you need audience, you won't struggle for database. The people you built over time, some of them will return to your present business. Why? Because they transferred the trust from dealing with you in your former business or in your existing business, and though you've moved into another business, they tend to stay loyal. Nigerians are loyalists. Once they like you, they continue buying from you until someone use marketing gimmicks to steal them away from you. So I've shared three stuffs with you today. But at the beginning of this session, I mentioned two critical things: consistency and resilience. You can have those to it. But don't do away with these three things, because they are actually the bedrock upon which every other thing builds upon. Talking about you having patience, talking about you building or you having a long-term game plan, and lastly, about you having a strong foundation. Look at these three things. There is no other thing that you want to explain that are not embedded on these things. I took my time to actually make this research before I put out this topic. So by next month, we are going to look into the part two of how to really sell to Nigerians. And this is where I'm going to be explaining to you the psychology of a typical Nigerian, the psychology behind our buying decisions, the psychology behind our purchasing, the psychology behind our reasoning, the psychology behind our mode of selection, the psychology behind our decision making. I'm going to be exposing them to you. You're going to see the reason why you sell to someone, the person did not buy from you. Then your competitor sold to that same person, and your competitor was able to convince the person to buy from him or her. If you're a real estate agent here, a realtor, this session for next week, sorry, the next month is for you. That's the month of August. Don't miss it at all. For everything that you've learned, please go to the comment section and drop them. And I will look forward to read from you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. And of course, I'll provide answers to all of them. Till I come your way again, I remain Oluwatoba Akolade. Thank you so much and God bless. Bye for now.